Podcast. The best of Polly and Grant. Daily.
I was told to go to a secret location. It was a recording studio in Hollywood, and I was given the address. And I got out and I had to push buttons and gates opened. It was just like something out of a movie. And then I had to be buzzed in. It's the most incredible place I've ever been to, where Demi Lovato was recording her new album. And I heard some of the tracks going down. But this place was unbelievable. I was brought into the studios and they said, look, just help yourself. Go into the kitchen, help yourself to whatever you want. Opened this giant fridge. And there's every soda you can imagine.
Wow.
There are snacks and all kinds of things. It was ridiculous. It was like having an open mini bar the size of Atlanta, Georgia. It was so cool. I sat down and in she walked, the rather beautiful Demi Lovato. Demi, my name is Polly, and it's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
They're very excited. I wrote on Facebook last night, I'm going to a studio to hang with Star, and I'm pretty excited. She's recording a new album, and all these people are going, oh my God, is it Demi? Is it Demi? Is it Demi?
That's awesome.
But they know that you're doing
They do, yeah, it's crazy. My fans they know everything about me, good and bad.
How do they know? It always amazes me because I don't know how they know so much stuff.
They just do. I don't know. Someone will see me in New York, and then or they'll find out, like sometimes the hotels will tell them, or they see me do something in New York, and then all of a sudden it's on Twitter, and then people are outside my hotel, and then it's like it becomes this thing, and then or they'll see me at the airport heading somewhere, and oftentimes people get literally people that work at the airport will get paid by tipped off because by the paparazzi or whoever. So yeah, it's annoying, but it comes with it, and but it's crazy. It's like this whole thing where you can't ever really have privacy, even if you wanted it.
I'm fame blind. You'd be fine with me. I can't. You know how some people are colour blind and they can't see different colours? I don't see famous people. People will go, that's Ashton Kutcher. I'm like, where?
No, it is funny. When I first came to LA, I thought everyone was famous.
Oh, everybody pretty.
I was like, hey, oh my God, I think I just saw da-da-da-da-da. And they're like, no, that's not Ashton Kutcher. Yeah.
It's worse in LA though, because so many women in LA look, are beautiful. They're tiny and they're really well put together, and you're sort of like, she must be famous because she looks so good. Yeah. I think it could give me, when I first came to LA, I got a real complex because everybody was so tiny. And I thought, wow, all American women are like a size 2 and have their hair all fixed up. And
that is not the case.
And then I went to Philadelphia and I realized not the case.
Well, I think it is a problem in America. There's a high obesity rate because our portions are really big.
Huge.
They're huge.
You should come to New Zealand. You'd like New Zealanders, I think.
I hear there's a lot of really nice people. Everyone's really polite, they are in the South, here in the United States.
Yes, we're polite, but I think more the thing about New Zealand is there's no class system because everybody travelled so far to live there. They were like, okay, no class system. Nobody's better than anybody else, which means nobody's more famous than anybody else. Nobody's more important than anybody else.
I love that. I wish it was like that here.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but you don't roll with an entourage.
Sometimes I do. It just depends. I love having support around me. I will totally work under any circumstance, but anytime my family can come, it's an opportunity for me to spend time with my dad when he comes to the studio.
It's cute. Is your dad really cute when he comes here? Does he act like, dads do and kind of look at everything and,
Yeah, he's adorable because he geeks out over the music and he gets excited.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, he cries a lot. He blames it on his allergies, but it's a running joke now because he'll hear a song or he'll see me perform or something, and he'll cry a little bit. Aww. And he's like, it's my allergies. But it's really sweet to see, and he's 6'3", he's a big guy.
Wow.
And I'm my stepdad. So okay. I'm short because I came from someone else. But my stepdad, he is this macho man, and when he cries, it's just so sweet. He's like a teddy bear.
Demi Lovato, she is delightful. She's been bullied a lot. You'll know that story. Mm-hmm. She's been bullied a hell of a lot. How does she deal with it? We talk about what it's like to be bullied and what to do about it. That's coming up.
Polly and Grant. The podcast.
Demi Lovato.
I heard her recording her new album. I sat in on a couple of sessions.
Wow, what does it sound like?
She's an amazing singer. You know, people go, she can't sing. You're freaking kidding me.
Was it ballady or was it pop or what?
There was a bit of ballad, there was a little bit of pop.
Hey.
Yeah, she's going to talk to me again before her album is released. But she's, if you don't know who Demi Lovato is, are you under a rock? She's an American singer, songwriter, musician, actress, star of X Factor, and she is a very forthright anti-bullying spokesperson. She's been through a lot. She's been through a lot of stuff. She's had eating disorders and all kinds of things.
Wow.
But we talked about the bullying. I know I was bullied at school because I was chubby and bright. But, you know, I think, I don't know, I guess either two things happen to you when you're bullied. Either it destroys you or it kind of messes you up and then you get really strong.
Right.
Which kind of strikes me has happened to you too.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, it still hurts. It does still hurt.
Always hurts. There's not a comment that, you know, someone will comment on my weight or someone will say something like, oh, she can't sing or something like that. And
it's a weird thing to say.
Well, thank you. But, you know, I see it and it stings. You know, it hurts. But whether or not I'm going to let it affect the rest of my day or my mood, that's the conscious decision that you have to make. And I try not to let it affect me. I mean, I have my weak moments where, you know, I start feeling like I suffered from eating disorders. And so, you know, that voice in the back of your head starts to talk. Like, everyone thinks you're heavy. You need to be doing this more, cutting back. And it's like I could either choose to listen to everyone and make myself sick again, or I can say, okay, you know what, they think that, but I know I'm healthy and happy, and that's all that matters to me. I don't care what other people think when it comes to my image or my music, really. I'm doing this for myself. You know what I do when I feel like I need to fit into something? I buy a bigger size, and then I have it tailored.
Don't you love the way that men, though, don't know sizes? Like, I'll say to my husband, I had to buy something and it was a size this, and he goes, I don't even know what that means.
I think that's amazing. It's so beautiful when you can find somebody like that.
I'm lucky, but most men, you know, when they look at women, they the ones that they think are hot are not the skinny ones. They're the ones like Nigella Lawson, the chef, and, you know, Anna Nicole Smith when she was alive. And
there are very beautiful thin women. That's sometimes their natural body weight, and that's totally okay, and it's beautiful. But I think the common misconception is that curves nowadays aren't pretty anymore, and I think that's so not the case. I think that curves are beautiful, and men are actually very turned on by it.
Yeah, it's primitive. Mm-hmm. It means you can bear my child. You got big boobs and a big bum.
Yeah, I don't have big tits, but I got a huge ass.
I'm the other way around. And I always, you know, I look at Nicki Minaj and I'm like, look at that. I saw her the other night in real person. I was like, what the hell? That's not a bum, that's a shelf. I want that bum.
I may be able to set something on my butt. I like it. See, I'm not complaining over it. And I gotta date butt guys. You know, like some guys would rather have girls with big boobs, or some guys would rather have girls with bigger butts. I gotta date butt guys. Like, I don't have a choice.
How do you even know?
And then you learn. Well, you'll know.
She's cute as, man. She's so damn cute. Demi Lovato. More to come in a moment.
Yeah, you will have seen her on X Factor, which was great, by the way. And so we talk about X Factor, we talk about Simon Cowell, we talk about the whole deal. More Demi Lovato coming up, live from Hollywood.
Holly and Grant, the podcast.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Holly and Grant,
Live from Hollywood.
thanks to Pepsi.
There is a story going around that when I went and hung out with Demi Lovato, went to her recording session, had a chat to her, that I actually stole her manager's handbag.
You did.
That is true. Mm-hmm. It was accidental. I knew I went in with my handbag and a jacket. So what happened is when I left the studios, I left with two handbags. And I went, oh my God, I've stolen Demi Lovato's manager's handbag. Mm-hmm. So I went back, took that back, went, sorry Demi, hey, how you doing? Left again. And then realised I left my jacket. So I had to go back in.
Oh, no. That's embarrassing. A third time is embarrassing.
That New Zealand girl, I think she's a stalker.
You should have quit where you were ahead and taken her the purse.
I should have taken the purse. I would have had contacts for every person in
Right.
Hollywood.
Yeah, I'll just put it in, take all the stuff off her phone and then put it back into the taxi and get them to drop it back off again.
As if.
That's what you do.
Demi Lovato, I got to spend a heap of time with her the other day, and of course, we had to talk about X Factor.
X Factor was so huge. I mean, it's been huge internationally, but it must have been weird for you because you're so known for your singing, you're so known for that, and then you also now there's kind of like different star plus. Did it sort of, so was it weird to be sort of like I'm famous for this, and I'm famous for this, and I'm famous for this, and a whole different thing?
It was a different experience. Definitely something that has been a highlight in my career, in my life. I just felt like I needed to prove myself as the youngest person on one of these shows by knowing what I was talking about and by making the right decisions and living up to the reason why Simon put me on the show.
And Simon, I love Simon. I've interviewed him a couple of times. He's delicious.
You know what? He can come off as a butthead, but he is, I wouldn't say delicious, but I would say he actually is a really cool guy, and he's nice to everybody. I think before, when I was younger, I definitely wanted to be famous. There's something glamorous about red carpets and paparazzi and whatever, and then I quickly learned that the red carpets suck because the photographers just yell at you. They're like, show the front of your dress, show the front of your dress. So you're like, I am standing straight in front of you. I don't know what else you want me to do. Like, I'm showing you the front of my dress. They're like, blow a kiss. You're like, no, I don't want to.
What do I look like? A seal?
Yeah, I'm like, pick your nose. Why don't you pick your nose? Like, I've literally said that back to them. Yes.
Please come to New Zealand, because New Zealand girls love. I know they let girls love you everywhere, but please.
I fight to come to New Zealand all the time.
Are you hearing this?
And in Europe, and I go to South America a lot because I have incredible fans there, and I go to Mexico and I tour a lot in North America. But every time I plan a tour, I'm like, or maybe a world tour perhaps, I think to myself, or I tell them, I'm like, okay, I've been to this continent so many times, and I've never gone to Australia or New Zealand, and it's like, my fans, they get mad.
We're mad.
They get mad, and I'm fighting for you. It's not like I'm trying not to go to Australia. I want to so bad in New Zealand. I just, it's planning and everything.
Well, you can stay at my place if it's hotel issues.
I mean, I totally would love to. You've been so much fun.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. So she was just wonderful. And if you love her, well, I do too now. I absolutely love her. And when her album is released, which is pretty soon, you'll hear lots more about that. She'll talk about her album, her singles, and lots more about her music. That's all to come on ZM, so just keep listening over the next couple of months.
Want more? Then check out Jay Finney and Jackie's podcast at zmonline.com. ZM.